With the Omni-King being revealed in Dragon Ball Super, today guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into the comment section to get the community's overall feedback on the King of Everything's arrival alongside Zamara, the Dragon God's debut. What's going on, Dragon Ball fans? Today we're going to go ahead and dive on down below. Before I begin guys, this video was the official Dragon Ball Super episode 41 review and breakdown for episode 42. Let's go ahead and dive into the comment section, beginning with Saiyan Prince. I saw the preview and Goku was wearing his gi from Battle of Gods. I hope he still continues to wear his Whis symbol gi. That was something that I also was concerned about because I'm just getting adjusted to the gi itself, and preferably enough, I prefer the Whis gi over the original traditional gi only because it looks really cool. So I would much rather prefer the Whis symbol gi over the original gi from Battle of Gods. But I want to know I want to know your overall thoughts on that, like the fact that Goku's wearing his gi from Battle of Gods again, because many people have been speculating that he might go back and he might be training on Earth again, as opposed to completing his training with Whis. We don't really know yet, but of course we did see him return to his original gi clothing. So I'm calling it next episode, Goku versus Vegeta with Monaka's costume. Everybody keeps talking about Monaka wearing a costume. That could be possible, or the second possibility might be that Hercule's dreaming again, but I really doubt it's Goku versus Vegeta with Vegeta hiding under Monaka's, supposed costume, because I really don't think that's plausible, especially for Vegeta. I mean, why would Vegeta want to hide himself from fighting Goku? So, I think the next episode is about Universe 6 Earth with old Goku and Vegeta of Universe 6's Earth. There is no confirmation of there being another Goku and Vegeta from Universe 6, so that is debunked, just saying. Eric wrote, they ruined Dragon Ball with this Omni-King bullshit. Here we go, guys. The power feats are completely off and nothing makes sense anymore. Why would Beerus wish to restore his brother's planet? Doesn't Beerus hate Champa just like how Champa hates him? And now another tournament arc is coming. What is the purpose? Malik pointed out when you interviewed him that GT was much better. It was a much better concept, and I agree now because Dragon Ball Super is catering to the idea of being limitless with no real limit. The Omni-King looks and sounds like most Dragon Ball Super fans anyway. Oh, not cool, buddy. Not cool at all. The reasons why Super has gone downhill was because at one point it had a purpose and now it doesn't. What do you mean by that? At one point it had a purpose. There is no true feats and everyone is secondary characters to the gods and Goku now. What's next? First and foremost, I will say that the Omni-King's purpose there isn't really for him to be overpowered by any feats or measure. We do understand now that there's a higher tier than Beerus and Champa, which people are very excited about, alongside even Whis and Vadus, because now there is a tier out there that far exists even them, that being the Omni-King. Now granted, I do agree with something that you said with his looks and his sounds, because he doesn't look intimidating, he doesn't sound intimidating, but of course sometimes having omnipotent power doesn't necessarily mean you have to be big and bad. So but by you saying that at one point Dragon Ball Super had a purpose and now it doesn't, like what do you mean by that? Because if you're stemming Dragon Ball Super going back to how it all pretty much began with Beerus looking for the original Super Saiyan God, yeah, that was the initial purpose of the show at first. But once Beerus was able to pretty much relive and fulfill his prophecy of fighting the legendary Super Saiyan God, their purpose carried on forward for Goku to unlocking a higher power to challenge the same deity once again someday. So that was Goku's ultimate purpose, was to master his form, because granted, remember, Goku never accepted the fact that he got that power based off using his friends' key abilities and stuff. Like he didn't really like the fact that he knew that he had to rely on other people to unlock that form. So I completely disagree when you said that GT was a much better concept. I did do an interview with Malik, in case you guys haven't done so. It was my previous video prior to this. I really recommend for you guys going ahead and check it out, especially if you guys want to know a lot about what's going on with Super and getting someone else's point of view. But I disagree with GT being a much better concept, because the continuity of Dragon Ball GT ruined all the characters within the actual show. It diminished someone like Pan. It diminished someone like Vegeta's reputation. Goku was tarnished midway through. It was bad. So you're saying that Dragon Ball Super is catering to the idea of being limitless. If by limit, well, if you're referring the word limitless to the Omni-King, having to be a deity to where you have no true feat or no true limit, yeah, I mean, I guess you can incorporate the word limitless with the Omni-King and the Omni-King only. But in terms of Beerus and Champa and Goku and Vegeta and Vegito and Gogeta and Whis and Vadus and Monaka and Oob and everyone else, there is a limit. because those limits are the fact that they can't be exceeded by someone like, you know, for example, right, Akira Toriyama does not want Goku to exceed Beerus, right? So throughout the entirety of the show, it may not come to a point where Goku's ever going to exceed Beerus, but the person that's always going to exceed Beerus is going to be the Omni-King. Same thing applies for Whis. Whis exceeds Beerus, and the Omni-King exceeds everyone else. So it's like a triangular pattern. It's like a governing tier. The Omni-King is first, then Whis and Varus, then Champa and Beerus, then Goku and Vegeta, if you want to count Hit in there as well and stuff like that, and then everyone else. So that's the hierarchy. So I really disagree with you saying that that Dragon Ball Super had a point and a purpose at one point, and then it just completely diminished. And everyone's, you know, true feats are not being displayed. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball Super has inconsistencies, but what does that have to do with the Omni-King? I mean, there's still a lot more to come, so just saying, man. From the looks of it, Beerus has mad loyalty for Zeno. I don't think that he would lie about him. Who knows? Maybe he'll get in trouble for lying about him. If by talking about how he can destroy all 12 universes with an instant, maybe, because Beerus lied about Monaka, so I don't know how much we can trust him now, because he over-exaggerates things a little bit. So, need Gohan. Yes, I agree, we need Gohan, but perhaps maybe Gohan's time is coming, but we don't really, you know, we can't really see it as of right now because it's yet to happen. I hate the voice. I think he is only as strong as his bodyguards. But here's the thing: how strong are his bodyguards? If you're saying that Zeno is as strong as his bodyguards, how strong are his bodyguards? That are they on the same tier as Beerus and Whis? We don't know. We did see how he stepped up against, you know, Goku, both bodyguards, and Goku didn't know what to do, and everyone was shook after that. So, oh, this is a good one. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 8, Vegito versus Lord Zeno. All right, first things first. If Vegito ever existed to where he was a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 8, and he existed without having his power condense in and of itself and just like kill him off, I think that having this kind of power go up against someone like Zeno, who is said to be omnipotent, to someone that has no true limit, if you think about it, if Zeno is that strong, I'm sorry, but I'll have to go with Zeno, because if Zeno's supposed to be a deity that can blow up the entire complexity of the multiverses within an instant, what makes you think Vegito has a chance? I mean, especially if Zeno is supposedly the hierarchy and the pinnacle of all power, then that means that his power is limitless, right? I mean, I could be wrong, but song name in the background, Dragon Ball Super piano theme, Champa, it's Champa-sama. That clearly isn't Monaka in the preview. It's either Beerus because of the aura or somebody disguised as Monaka. I agree and I disagree. I mean, who's to say that someone is actually wearing his clothing? First and foremost, I will recognize that Monaka seems a little taller in the preview if you go back and watch it. But by no means do I believe Beerus is under, you know, Monaka's clothing or whatever. But like that's just silly, because the same thing was applied that Hercule was a Super Saiyan when he had that dream. So what I think here is the fact that Hercule is just dreaming. I mean, it just has to be a dream. It can't be anything more than that, honestly, because we saw Monaka's clothing and stuff. Brian Ree, let's see. I want to see an alternative GT universe made canon. I want to see a Dragon Ball AF and a Dragon Ball NA characters. And I never thought that the stuff I've seen from those two universes could be so awesome. As in the fanfiction universes, has Gohan and Vegeta taking over power-wise, and all the other fighters, and even Goku returns. We need a Super Saiyan 4 and 5, Vegeta and Gohan, along with the other Saiyans, and not leave them to the wither and die off like Toriyama so stupidly has done with Gohan. Pisses me off about a lot. Well, Gohan, like, the thing about Gohan, bro, is now that the tournament's over, there's a lot of room open and there's a lot of space open for him to, like, you know, go ahead and just take over for a bit. So a lot more powerful Piccolo would be nice. Yes, it would be, because Piccolo was in this tournament and he wasn't put to use. That was my biggest concern. Why wasn't Piccolo made of use in this tournament? It was 2-on-5 pretty much. Goku and Vegeta versus everyone else. Why? As I know, Akira Toriyama likes him, but hasn't done any real work with him on martial arts training. You're right. Anybody out there who refutes this line is crazy, because Piccolo, as powerful as he is, as cunning as he is, was not put to use in this arc. His execution and the utilization of his martial arts training was not put to use at all. So martial arts are a key factor, especially after seeing him train with Gohan. What was the point of training with Gohan then, you know? Another universe that must be for me is Dragon Ball Epsilon universe. That's not gonna happen. Dragon Ball AF, Dragon Ball NA, and Dragon Ball GT are not going to be incorporated. Neither is Epsilon, so just saying. To me, that was where all of the characters were done right, with the exception of Trunks in the last part. I love when the characters are all drawn out with big muscles as well, and Oob is finally grown and got together with Pan. I see a couple of pictures with Goku slash Goku that has purple hair. Okay. And I see that stuff from Dragon Ball AF, where I believe that this is the color of a Super Saiyan 8. All right, well, like, I mean, I don't mean to cut you off here, but Super Saiyan 8 is something that'll never, ever, 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 ever happen. I'm sorry to, I'm so sorry to break the news to you, but Super Saiyan 8, dude, that is pushing the envelope so much. I mean, you're talking about a Super Saiyan 4 and a Super Saiyan 5, but then you're jumping into a Super Saiyan 8. I mean, first of all, like, that's immeasurable in terms of power. So, how much even Gohan obtained to get so as Toibo from Dragon Ball AF might be Toyotaro. It might be nice to see AF's different looking Saiyajin characters, and will hopefully make the writer have Gohan and Trunks and Goten push beyond their training limits. I agree. I think Goten, Trunks, and Gohan ought to improve, because these three characters, right, although they're Saiyans, however you want to prefer it, these three characters need to be showcased more. We need to see Goten and Trunks evolve as characters. Why are they still kids? Is anyone else bothered by this? Like, these two are still children years after. How and why is beyond belief. But focusing more on Gohan, the opportunity is there, depending on if Akira and Toyotaro want to actually go through with it. But I agree, Goten, and Trunks definitely need more airtime, especially Gohan, man. Gohan has the most potential, and he was not put to use here. I think Monaka is being controlled by either Whis or Beerus. Only reason he is able to keep up with Goku. Maybe, but again, my question to you is, what would be the purpose of Whis and Beerus controlling Monaka? Again, guys, if you guys want to interact with each other, you guys can go ahead and just look up the video right here. Dragon Ball Super, episode 42 preview, episode 41, Dragon of the Gods, grant me my wish. So, again, like, I mean, I really doubt Whis and Beerus are controlling anyone. It has to be a dream. I think next week's episode is going to be an alternate episode. I think they're going to be on Universe 6's Earth. And look at Monaka's face in the preview. He has the Hercule gear on, and his lips are a little different in color. And look at what Goku says to Piccolo. Is just acting weird. Just pay attention to the preview. If you agree with me, leave a comment. If you don't, reply and give me your suggestions. Well, my suggestion and my theory behind that is the fact that, why would they be in Universe 6 so early? I think they just got home. They just got home. So what would be the initial point of even going to Universe 6 if there is no solid reason? Goku's not going to go to Universe 6 to just fight Monaka, so there has to be something more to it. I still stand on the theory that this might be a dream for Hercule, because again, he is wearing Hercule's gear. But perhaps maybe he trains with Majin Buu, or he trains with Hercule. I mean, I don't think Monaka's going to push the envelope here, but I do think this is, I mean, there's something weird going on here. Definitely something filler-ish. Thanks, dudes. No problem, man. I hope this tournament isn't held by the same way the last one did. Oh, you mean like gauntlet style, right? Gauntlet or bracket style. It all depends on how they're going to hold the next round. So they should fight one-on-one elimination style on different planets, on different universes, where the fighters get an entire planet to fight. I mean, we did have an entire planet to fight, technically. We fought on the Nameless Planet, which was the 4-star Dragon Ball. But the only difference was, I mean, we were secured by the dome. But I mean, like, how much more do you need to fight, during a tournament? It's like, you need rules, right? So, fight to the death, or at least compete by knockout. Different environmental conditions could add some interesting moments. I agree, like snow and stuff like that. Sort of how Babidi transported the fighters off his ship. Yes, I agree. When they took them to Pui Pui's planet when gravity was heavier. I agree, like, they should have environmental effects, because maybe certain characters are only used to, like, certain environments, which, I mean, that would be a great theory, but it all depends on what this arc is going to be about, to be honest. So, that's not Monaka. He has a tail as Goku, and his lips are purple. Monaka's lips are pink. Huh. I didn't really pick up on the fact that Monaka had a tail, or he's tall, or whatever. Yeah, Monaka is tall. Monaka is tall, but I didn't really notice anything about the lips. So you might have got me with that one. Dragon Ball Super Multiverse arc would be cool. The Multiverse manga is pretty awesome with Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. Yes, but guess who fought Super Saiyan 3 Vegito? Super Saiyan Broly. I mean, that was... God, can you imagine if they brought him back in here? Holy shit! Maybe it's a good thing Omni-King is so short because then all he can see is these nuts. Best comment left so far. Thank you. Frost shouldn't be allowed to be in this tournament. He cheated. He is also dead. I believe he's dead too, bro. I'm gonna make a video on that. Also, is it just me or does Frost seem really weak? I mean, really weak. How weak are you talking? Broly can beat Frost without scratches. Unreal, do a video about this. You want me to do a video on Broly beating Frost? Broly, I believe Broly would crush Frost without the Poison Needle, but I mean, with the Poison Needle, we saw what he did to Goku, so I don't know. Frost would destroy Frieza. He held his own against Saiyan Beyond God base Goku in Assault form, third form. Alright, so one person saying that Frost would completely destroy Frieza because he held his own against Saiyan Beyond God base form Goku in Assault form. That is refutable because it all depends on which version of Frieza you're talking about here. I mean, if you're talking Resurrection F Frieza, I don't think so, buddy. But if you're talking about like Namekian Frieza, then possibly, yeah. I mean, I could see a really good fight from those two during that time. But Resurrection Frieza, absolutely not. So, Omni-King versus Big Gold Dragon. Ooh, that'd be a good one. Zamara versus the Omni-King. But then again, if the Omni-King can destroy everything, don't you think the Omni-King will win? So, just saying. Let's see here. Why wouldn't believe this would happen? Why would they pull that off in the episode just for it to happen? Sometimes you make zero sense. Well, I mean, if you're talking about the episode itself, like either or, the entirety of the episode, this episode made tons of sense with the way Beerus operated with Champa and then with the dragon appearing, which is why I don't believe the dragon's ever going to appear again. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me see. I was a bit confused by this episode. Like, how can Monaka all of a sudden compete with Goku after all Goku has done? Can someone please explain, or do they have something to do with the wish? Possibly not, but let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's Beerus in a costume that Hercule made, which is why he had the Hercule belt on. Also, you may ask, well, why would Hercule make a costume of Monaka? Well, Hercule said he wanted Monaka to be the face of his gym. Goku wanted to fight Monaka, and so Beerus didn't want Goku to lose his motivation for getting stronger, so he pretended to be Monaka to spar with him. That would be a good little theory. That would be a great little theory. And like Goku punches Monaka and like a bit of his costume comes off, and Goku's like, why are you like purple like underneath and stuff? That'd be hilarious. So good theory. Let's see. I think it would be one fighter per universe. If that's the case, I mean, then you're gonna have to do fusion, because who the hell would represent Universe 7? Goku or Vegeta? You can't just have one of them. I mean, because then you leave the other one out, and that just doesn't make any sense. So, Scythe of the Sky Dragon and the Wind Dragon of Ra. Fusion! Yeah, that's exactly what they fucking look like, man. Money for Gods of Destruction? Really? I don't know what you mean by money for Gods of Destruction. I mean, the God of Destruction, Beerus, did give Monaka money and gold, but aside from that, nothing else. Fuck yeah, I would like to see Fat Boo kick ass. You see, I'm not the only one here. Many other people wanted to see Fat Ass Boo put some work in, but he didn't put any work in, man. Like that fucking sucks, like a lot. Anyone else notice the symbolism in the 4-star Dragon Ball in this episode? What was the symbolism that you saw? What was it that you saw that gave you that impression? I'm very curious now. So again, guys, leave your thoughts down below, interact with each other, because I tend to do these a lot. So your channels are featured, as you guys can see right here. Your comments are featured, and I do want to get back to you guys and just hear what you guys have to say. The dragon summoning was the best thing ever, Alex. Hell yeah. Cough, cough, bring back fan mail. I will bring it back. I'm just kind of low on time, so if I had the time, I would do it, but I'm definitely going to bring it back very soon. I want to see Majin Buu versus Botamo. That would have been great. You see, that would have been such a fun little match. Big ass Winnie the Pooh versus fat ass Majin Buu. That would have been great, but they didn't do that, and that kind of upset me, because why would you have Majin Buu be a part of this if he's not going to actually compete? It sucks, man. It's a typical brother relation, and I hate and love my brother at the same time. Well, yeah, if you're referencing Beerus and Champa, of course. I mean, that's always how it's going to be. So, let me see. Your comments are absolutely amazing, guys. Let me see here. The Dragon Ball Super hierarchy is very confusing. You have the kings of the planets, Vegeta, the emperors of the galaxies, Frieza, the gods of destructions, Beerus and Champa, kings of everything, Zeno, and the god of dragons, Super Shenlong. So really, people under the gods should have no power. Reminds me a lot of American government. Ooh, I mean, that's the hierarchy. You have Zeno, who's first, right, supposedly. Then you have, you know, Varus and Whis, who are above Beerus and Champa, who are above everyone else in terms of, like, the Kaioshins, like, you know, Kai-Osama, North Kai, Supreme Kai, Elder Kai. Then you got, like, the Emperors and the Lords of the Galaxies, which is, like, Frieza and Frost. Then you got Kings, like King Vegeta. And you got, like, the regular characters, like Saiyans and everyone else. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's very, like, in a way, it's kind of unstructured, but at the same time, it makes a lot of sense. Because if Zeno's number one, we kind of had, we have an understanding as to who's second, third, fourth, and stuff like that. So, let's see here. Zarama is huge. Like, my dick. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, bro. He was the size of the universe. He was huge. He was fucking amazing, bro. He was just fucking amazing. Let me see. I think Mr. Satan is dreaming. I think so too. He has to be. He just has to be. Depending on how much time passes, I really finally allow Goten and Trunks to age and look a tad bit older. I agree as well. Fucking make them older, man. Christ. But once again, guys, interact in the comment section below. I will be following up to this with another community response video. So thank you guys for watching once again. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys don't miss a single Dragon Ball video update. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tune in for more, and I will be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.